Just do your own time. You serve your sentence in your head. There ain't no finish line. Call no man happy till he's dead. There's a pressure behind my soul. I can feel it in my bones. There's a storm coming.
All right, and welcome to Ars Magica. I am Michael, pronouncer he, him, and I will be the GM tonight. We want to go down the...
Yeah, sorry. I'm Sarah. I'm playing Maricela tonight, and we're both she, her.
Nope, you're going to be playing... It's going to be your mages tonight.
Oh, they're mages tonight. Oh, yeah, I'm Sarah. I'll be playing Lear tonight, a half-fae water mage, and we're both she, her.
Is it me or is it Nessa next? I can't
I think
remember.
it's you, but I interrupt you every time.
Okay.
It used to be... We used to always forget you at the end, and I got to make sure...
Yeah.
I have you listed wrong in my thing for the 3-player version.
Yeah. Hi, I am Steve. I'm playing Zaldan tonight. We are both he, him, and this is day 6 of my 13-day stretch of tabletop role-playing games, so let's see how it goes.
Oh my.
Good lord.
Hi, I'm Nessa. I definitely wasn't ready 3 seconds before Michael hit 5. She, her. I will be playing Pen, who is also she, her, werewolf enthusiast, and giant swan person.
One of the reasons they weren't quite sure who they're going to play at first is Ars Magica is unlike a lot of other games. It is a troop-style game in which every player has got their mage. Mages can be particularly powerful. Do me a favor, talk real quick.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you're coming through. Okay, I don't know what your problem is.
What's up?
Yeah, it's fine. The TikTok thing was like, we're not doesn't sound because I turned off the thing that showed it. Anyway, everyone has a mage, and Ars Magica kind of believes that mages should be more powerful than other people, so they don't really worry about balance, because usually you're playing like one of your mages, someone else is playing a companion. If you want to think of people like Frodo, Bilbo, Aragorn, or Frodo, Samwise, Aragorn, pretty much all the hobbits, because they are ones that the story and backgrounds and such matter a bit more. Then there are the Grogs. Grogs are everybody else who is part of the covenant that the mages live at and control, and they are people who can be incredibly good at the stuff they do, but they are in certain ways more expendable than mages or companions. Because of that, our players often take really big swings and are like, hey, Michael, can we do an all Grogs game? And I'm like, we have mages and companions too that we also want to play with. Tonight,
Do we, though? Do we?
Well-
Michael wants us to play with them.
because they do cool shit. They make stuff happen, and that gives us more
They
Grog
do.
time. So we're gonna come up with what you're doing. So, however, this time, do you want to go over what happened last time? Because the mages are going to have to deal with the things that these particular player characters, through Grogs, caused to happen last time.
Was this when we went to the Fae Fair, or am I mixing my weeks up?
No, this is when our Grogs went werewolf and
Oh, right.
slaughtered a thingy jig.
Oh, right. So Pen, part of Ars Magica is having flaws and virtues, and one of Pen's flaws is that she has a series of unruly, like, underlings, and we'd never really met them before, and so we decided to make them last week. And they ended up, like, naked, covered in blood, miles from home, with a bunch of money?
No,
Which
they didn't have a bunch of money. We stole a bunch of money off corpses.
Okay, okay, we woke up with corpses and money.
Yeah, because some people
Wasn't on
know
the
how to
corpse.
party.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, me and Michael, we might want to do like an Ars Magica. What's that movie where that guy forgets all his stuff and there's a tiger and the guy from Community?
The Hangover?
Yes, that's how everyone describes The Hangover. But yeah, we should do like an Ars Magica The Hangover. But that was essentially what it was, with less tigers. And we ended up just meeting this like fuck ass guy in the middle of the woods at the end of it. And I don't know, he had like weird Fae vibes where he answered everything, but it was kind of like riddle-esque.
He also gave us like a symbol to draw all over the covenant that will make us less goofy.
That will help control the feral nature, because as people are going more feral, it's curse put on the covenant.
Yeah, less
Well, he
wolfy.
said that. He could be lying.
He could be.
If you could double check what your characters' names were, because I don't think we may actually want to remember put in parentheses something to remind you who they are, because we have an awful lot of grogs that are up in the covenant grogs.
Covenant grogs.
Mine was Maricela.
Okay.
Mine was Rana, and I only remember that because my friend Sarah was visiting, and her cat is named Reenie, and I was like, I'm gonna name my werewolf Rana, which is like Reenie.
If you just want to go real quick and put in just make a note that like Penn's werewolf or Penn's lycanthrope in there, just so we remember who those are, because we have quite a few characters that we can grab a hold of.
I'm just putting PF, short for PF Chang, not Penn's fucking werewolves.
Mine was Raphael, parentheses, Ralph,
All right.
last week.
All right, so we are still in winter 1222. We have not actually moved forward into the next season. Do double check at some point if you got some downtime tonight to if your mage is studying more or if you want to make spells, things along those lines. So the three of you, what is the mages like? How often do the mages get together to meet, and what does that look like for y'all when you're going over finances, other things? Because a lot of money comes through here. You also have coming up at some point the Grand Tribunal. There's a tribunal for your tribunal, which will get everybody in the Theban tribunal together. There'll be some politicking. It's still several years out from the Grand Tribunal, which is where essentially the mages of Mythic Europe get together and do all of their politicking and all of their. It's basically a big mage convention.
I assume that we get together frequently, infrequently.
I feel like whenever we have like a moment.
Yeah, I feel like we get together like some weeks we get together a couple times, and then sometimes we don't. Like I feel like we're still new and trying to like understand it.
I don't think we have a set schedule. We're just kind of like, as fires blossom, we get together to put them out.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting towards winter, which is a good time to get together to essentially, again, go over finances, look at things for the upcoming year, because at one point, Zaldin's going to have to travel around to the various smaller towns here for what you promised to do as far as the crops go. That's one of the things that's also brings in both some money and a large amount of goodwill, and is just keeping them from going kind of deeper into the forests, cutting stuff up, and essentially making it kind of getting rid of this older magical forest for like crops and spaces, stuff like that. So what does it look like when the three of you get together?
You have responsibilities.
Is this like something done over breakfast? Is it in the evening? Is this You have like servants and such coming in and out. We do have a couple of your.
I know that whatever Nessa's companion's name, Giselle. Giselle is always at the meetings because
Mhm.
she's our scribe, and so she's always there. So I think it looks like the three of us just listening to Giselle pouring over like all the stuff, and then we discuss it. Like I imagine we have a room that's dedicated to this.
Yeah, like a conference style room type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got. I think was Demetria. I'll have to look back through the notes if I took some on those. I've got to show that as advisor for some reason. I'm thinking was Seva also an advisor?
No.
Because the one got killed. The one died.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I think Demetria replaced him because we needed somebody to be around, and we were like, well, you know who might be dealing with this? Whoever the fuck replaced that last guy.
Whoever the spy is works under them, and we've never went back to that. So I'm not sure if it was Lysander or Percy.
And
One of them is.
I think was Percy the spy that was actually spying on you? Was that
think
Percy or
that's who it
Lysander?
was.
Okay, if you just want to make a note in the just in the character name, just again, we want to be able to look at these and figure out who's who really quick.
Okay.
All right, so
I edited it.
I will say Eldrick Cassilis, the soldier. While you're working, there is a knock at the door, and again, the servants are coming in and bringing like breakfast and foods and stuff like that. They know to come and go without. They're trying not to disturb you. Most other people, again, because your mages leave you a little bit alone, with the exception of Xander, or not Xander, Zaladin, who, because you don't have, you've got the gentle gift, they're not feeling freaked out around you.
I feel like Zaldin gets bugged by servants more than anybody else.
Well, if they're going to talk to one of the mages, they're generally going to make it you.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a knock. There's a knock at the door.
Come in.
All right, door opens up, and Eldrick, one of the soldiers, steps in, kind of gives a bit of a bow, and then is like, Magi, problems on the road. The most recent caravan that came up said that they saw about 4 or 5 miles down the road another caravan that looked like it had been destroyed. They found bodies, looked like they'd been torn apart.
Again.
Oh, didn't we just kill that guy?
Yes, we did just kill that guy. It can't be him.
At which point, because I don't think he was necessarily with that group.
No.
And he's not necessarily know why you're talking about. I mean, there was the guy that summoned wolves. He's a little, like, as he's kind of looking, about, he looks like a little concerned, but is trying to keep it to himself as he's hearing. Didn't we just kill that guy? He's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
So about 5 miles down the road, you said.
Yes, about 5 miles away. They said it looked like it was torn apart.
Okay. Prepare us a retinue. We're gonna go investigate it.
Okay, we'll get them. Hey, Kervin. I cannot type into my my Twitch chat on the Streamlabs thing for whatever reason. I have to remember what my passwords and stuff are. Yeah, so they go and they start to get people ready.
Okay. Look to the two of you. I thought we handled this.
Thought we did as well.
Maybe the gift passed.
So, didn't someone come to us just last night and say that there was some unruliness among the lycanthropes? Could this be related to that?
I mean, everyone's getting, let's be honest, kind of weird lately.
They're wolves. Of course they're weird.
But more so, like the guy who we had to put down, who was wolf walking. I guess I don't know. He became a wolf during the day in human form.
Oh, the one that Hunter killed.
Yeah.
Yes, this is starting to become This is starting to become an issue we might have to actually pay attention to.
Oh.
As a reminder, I said that next time we get someone who gets stuck in daytime form, I call dibs. I want to be able to set
Remember,
them.
he didn't get stuck in the daytime form. He was going feral and wanting to go out and essentially live with the wolves because they could communicate after a fashion.
Yeah, that's just how Pam's referring to it.
Yeah.
She's like, she just refers to it as like humans is the daytime form, even though you don't become a wolf every night.
Okay. Yep, gotcha.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah. We should investigate this.
All
Oh,
right.
we should race.
No. We're going to walk. And we're going to investigate this, or take a cart.
I have them getting us a group of people ready. Giselle, honey, please take care of the affairs here. We'll come back tomorrow to talk about the rest of this.
Absolutely. I'll arrange some kind of summary of what we talked about today.
Thank you.
Zaldin did not flirt with the help.
Sorry.
I was flirting.
Just directly in front of, just like everyone else looks very uncomfortable when you just say those things.
I went for Giselle to leave, and I'm like, don't flirt with people who work here.
It was
It's
just
not
very
flirting.
nice. It's fine. I won't do it again.
Yes, it was flirting, Pen. Same goes for you. Don't do that.
Do what?
Flirt with people.
I haven't been trying.
I don't think you would intentionally, but don't.
Okay. Anyway, so let's go see if they've got everything prepared, and let's get on the way.
Okay, would that be a horse for Zaldin and the cart for Pen and Lear?
I assume yes.
Yeah. Since no, actually, wait, was Pen able to actually deal with animals? Did you have the inoffensive to animals?
I have an offensive to animals, but I do need a giant. Like, I think I'm gonna have to borrow Thordak's horse.
Are you taking the horse, or are you just in the wagon or the cart?
I think if there's like a draft horse available, I will take a horse.
Okay. So yeah, they've got some of the bigger kind of warhorse stuff. Since I mean you're very tall, but probably not quite the same as someone in armor, full weapons, and everything else. All right, so as you start to leave, you pass. The caravan has sort of stopped, and they've been speaking with the soldiers and such, and they look nervous as they go through. And one of the soldiers looks at all of you and is like, "Mages, permission to escort them onto Demetrius."
May.
Yeah, that's fine.
It tells them, it goes, "All right," gathers up some other, because you've got elite soldiers, gathers them up, and they start to actually head the opposite direction down the road from where all of you are going. And about 5 miles or so in, you see the wrecked wagon. There is a couple bodies strewn about. Birds have taken their fill, or are still taking some of their fill as you come by. The vultures that are now around it are things that help point it out before you get there. And yeah, several bodies here. The actual, like the carts itself, part of them have been destroyed. Like you see one of the wheels has been destroyed. Blood, kind of a little bit of everywhere. The soldiers that you're with, the first ones to sort of get off their horses, one of them goes to pull a sword, but their leader just sort of kind of puts the hands up and looks at the bodies and goes, "This wasn't done by people."
Probably.
Oh,
In a manner of speaking.
I feel like we would, at least Zaldin and Pen would know that this was wolves.
The thing
At
is,
least.
it wouldn't just be you; it's all of them. Everyone's aware that lycanthropes are part of it. They're looking down. They've seen enough animals attacked by wolves in the night with the hunts. I'm guessing as mages, you're probably not sure which of the ones with you are actual also lycanthropes. Are covenant born.
Okay.
'Cause I'm assuming you probably don't have like an exhaustive list
No,
that you
Probably
keep
in the
up with.
process of being made.
It's like one of our deans at school. I don't know if she makes flashcards of every student, but she knows everybody's name by like immediately, like right at the beginning of the year. And if I had you 2 weeks ago, but now that's a different class, I recognize you, but I couldn't tell you your name if you put a gun to my head most of the time.
yeah.
A lot of hey kid, hey cool guy.
Hey, you, how have you been?
Champ, sport.
I think Zaldan's gonna turn and look to like the soldiers he brought with him and go, "Is this typically where the lycanthrope patrol go? This
Uh,
seems out of the way."
the wolves can range quite far, but normally they go deeper into the forest. They stay away from the roads, generally speaking. This is we know this because of the Pegasus riders. Will sometimes go and just generally keep track. They have a tendency to go again deeper in. Some of them say deeper in the forest is the heart of our people.
Hmm.
It's not unusual for someone to wake up and have to do quite a trek from like pretty deep in to get to the road.
Okay, so this is out of the ordinary. Have there been attacks on caravans before? Last week?
Not for a very long time. Normally they're not coming along the. I mean, normally at night they're not coming along. They've usually got a place to stay. But again, our people, except, and then they kind of go silent a little bit, and like a couple of the other ones sort of have a look on their face. Like what you know is they don't talk about the ones that go feral.
Hmm.
It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And that's something they have a tendency not to want to talk about. What you've also found is they particularly don't want to talk about it to any of you.
I'm gonna look at Penn and be like, we don't have a comprehensive list of the lycanthropes, so we don't know who comes back and who doesn't, do we?
No, well we
One of
could
the
go back to town.
one of the men steps forward and goes, "We know everyone. Our home is not so large that the mine is not so large that we don't know everybody. We also don't know who are covenant born. There's a tally kept, and most people come roughly together. A few more straggle in throughout the day, but we know when people are accounted for. And last night, everyone was accounted for, and they give you a list, or rather, because what we can do is we can go and check and see who came in quite a bit later. There hasn't been much reason to differentiate, but they may remember who came in later and who came in with everybody else, or whoever did this. It's not that far if they're walking, so they may have come back close to other
Uh,
people.
all right. Zaldan's just gonna nod and look to the two of you. So do we want to try to maybe track and see where the blood trail goes, if there is one? Go back and assess our situation.
I mean, do you have anything that could help with such a thing?
I mean, I'm
I
pretty
might.
okay.
Hold on, let me see.
Let Lear do something cool.
I want to do something. I want to help. I have a one called The Path Opens. I don't know if it would work for this. It only shows the path that someone walks through the woods.
I do have a spell that could turn me into a wolf, and I could try tracking the ascent, but also I'm assuming Zaldan could do the same. I don't know how good tigers are at smelling.
I assume they're pretty good at smelling, but I don't know. That's a
That's a question for Google. Tiger tracking by scent. Can tigers track by scent? All cats, including tigers, have distinct scents associated with them due to their scent glands. Um, can Calvin Klein's scent catch a killer tiger?
I mean, the stat block for the tiger has hunt at a 4 and survival at a 3, so I feel like that'd be really good at.
Let's see. Can tigers put track by scent? Because like the thing is anyone who went through, it'll have been about a day since that happened. Smell can also help. What it keeps talking about tracking big cats. Who's tracking tigers by scent? Um,
Bad people.
they do mark their territories by spray marking and rubbing trees and bushes. Um, not as acute as some of its other senses, and generally not used for hunting, according to, weirdly enough, SeaWorld.
Interesting. So.
Yeah, tigers may rely on their sense of sight and hearing rather than smell.
Okay.
Weirdly, again, SeaWorld.
Hey. All right. Well, then, yeah, Zalden would probably know. I don't have any way to track them other than like visual, and I don't know if there's much left to track with.
Steve, do me a favor. Type something into the TikTok chat. I just want to see if it's showing up. It had some weirdness before when I popped it out. No, the TikTok, not
TikTok.
Twitch. I see you're there as well. Yep. Okay, it does show up.
Hey, Michael, if I
Yes.
wanted to do spontaneous magic,
Yeah.
tracking this blood, could I use Aquam Regio for that? Regio Aquam?
Let's see. So it'd be Intellego is more of the. So the thing is you're tracking the blood, but there's blood here. You're not necessarily seeing blood going further into into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Now there could be some things. Yeah, one of the things, if you bring up the codex, you can kind of see what some of the what sort of the spells and such, what the effects are.
Where's the codex again?
It is in the same place as the mages. I put it with the mages and the thing. Let me see. There's something tracking. So something like Intellego Corpus might be, because it's like if you're looking for humans, if you're looking for animals.
My corpus is bad, and my Intello is bad too.
I have no Intellego or Corpus at all.
Let me see. My Intelligo and Corpus are both super bad.
My Intelligo is not great, but my Corpus is very good. So I could maybe gig something up and see if I can't, figure this out.
All right.
Quick look. So report information source. Yeah. So for what you're doing, you're going to want to have. Well, you could try to speak with a dead body. Level 10 is sort of seeing all useful information. A little harder to do. Like, what's your total, your magic total with that? And I will make a note that we are currently in a Aura 3. Magical Aura of 3.
For Intelligo Corpus, 18.
Yeah, which will be cut in half. So could be possible if you're looking for, if you want to do like a quick effect.
Yeah, let's see if I can.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, if it helps if you pull your mage up into one of the side, which you click on it if you want to hit like the quick magic. Because then you could go Intelligo Corpus. It's spontaneous magic. Your target level. It's going to start at an 18 or start at a 10. Then, as far as what it is you want to go, um, so you probably want to go
Touch, concentration, individual.
touch or eye, kind of like we're probably voice,
Maybe
because
Okay.
yeah, because you're basically for that and concentration, individual, so that's going to add that puts it to a 10, um, 15, 20. It gives you a 25, which means you're likely going to be fatigued. But if you want to put under spontaneous magic, your target is a 25.
Okay. I think that does it.
It's your roll.
Oops, hold on a sec. How did it show?
Bring it up on the quick magic thing, or did you bring it up in your character sheet?
Oh, I made it and then it kind of disappeared on me.
Do you want me to make a roll for you? Or do you remember what it was?
Please.
Yeah, so I can go. I'm doing loud voice, exaggerated gestures, spontaneous magic, Creo. No, sorry. Corpus, Intelligo, target level. What did I say? It was 25?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Level 25. Stress die.
Alright, hit create and then try. Ooh. Oh.
You did it on the thing. Okay, so 13 is going to be it's more than 10 below. So you probably you should have taken some fatigue. But as you try to cast it, it just doesn't end up working.
I like how we tend to talk about that and just starts going and fucking with a dead body, and then it just like comes back really tired.
Oh wait. Are you trying to talk to the body, or are you trying to track them down?
I was gonna talk to the body.
Oh, okay, that is different. Or I think that's because there you actually could do touch, touch the body, but it is going to be a slightly higher. Yeah, level 5 with touch a dead body. So yeah, actually there if you go 1 for touch, so 10, 1 for concentration, 15, and then the rest of it's individual. So yeah, you would still get stress from there, but it's only 2 below. So you should have, I think, 2 bits of stress on there or fatigue rather, because spontaneous magic will automatically give you fatigue. You get a little bit more from. I just double check that. The fact, psycho fatigue. If yes, determine your spontaneous cat roll. You lose 1 fatigue level. Oh no, sorry. Spontaneous, if it's too low for an effect, the spell fails. Would you like to use one of your confidence points? That'll give you a +3, which will bring it up so that it works.
Sure thing.
Okay, use one of your erase one of your confidence points. That will bring it up by 3, so 16. So just this moment while you're touching it, just as it kind of opens and how bad is the body that you've chosen to talk to?
Whatever was the first one I saw, so.
Okay, most of the bottom half has been sort of ripped off. And there's a moment where it's trying to bring oxygen into its lungs to speak, and then just the eyes milky kind of look at you as it kind of brings itself up, and it's got some rips across the face. It goes, yeah. Oh, yes.
Guys, I've made a witness.
What?
I've got to see this.
Oh God, Pen, what did you do?
Well, so what the rest of you see, you don't actually see the thing moving or talking. Because this is part of the magical aspect means you're not reanimating it, but you're able to sort of see it. What did you say?
Never mind. I'm doing normal things over here.
There's just a moment where 3 wolves, large, angry, scared the horses, drove us off the road, broke one of the wheels. They attacked, killed us. So much blood.
This may seem an insensitive question, but did you see which way they went?
I was dead.
That's fair. I don't know. I thought maybe with like your last breath or something, you like saw them run off into the woods or something. Any particular religion that you need to be buried under or anything? You want your body sent home, or would it be fine if we buried them at a church here?
Christian, bury me in hallowed ground.
Okay. I mean, I figured, but just in case, you never know.
Yep. The one thing you'll know is what you're getting is kind of an echo of who it was. The spirit at this point would have moved on. Though generally burying in like hallowed ground is a fairly standard thing at this time in history.
All the more reason to ask. You never know. What if they were Jewish travelers?
So, all right. So, what's our next plan? Go back, figure out who, if any, have not reported in.
We're looking for 3 people.
3 people. Interesting.
I think we should be lenient, whoever they are. That guy over there described
or we're not, because they killed 3 people.
Something's obviously going on. Like, we need to, like, I don't know. I think we should, like, put them next full moon, they go in a cage or something, so we can see what's going on.
I don't know. Seems more dangerous keeping them inside with non-lycanthropes than it is just take them out.
We could take to like an uninhabited island or something.
We will.
Next full moon is tonight.
Oh God!
There are 3 nights of the full moon.
We need to find out who this is now. Back to the coven.
Covenant, yes.
Yeah. Go look at the list.
I'm gonna look at the guard who was telling us that like they keep a good tally. I want to know if anyone is unaccounted for and who the last ones to come in were. Any information you can get us.
He goes, we'll look and see what we can do, but we don't usually keep that close to the track. Tonight we will, guaranteed.
Okay, good. Zaldan's gonna look back to the 2 of you. Who was that barkeep that asked us about starting a fighting pit or something?
Cut to Maricela, Reina, Raphael.
Yeah.
The mages left today with a group of soldiers, and the scuttlebutt that you're hearing said throughout the town is they found a caravan in the night had been attacked.
Shit.
I'm gonna refill my drink while you figure this out, because it's kind of fun for you both to be the people who are freaking out about it and the people who are looking for you.
They can't know it was us. They can't track it, right? Because I mean, there's so many wolves here. How would they?
We were the last ones in, basically, weren't we?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
You may have been, because there are people
They naturally blame us.
There are some that come in a bit later. There's also a few couples, some of which most people aren't necessarily aware of, that use that as an excuse to dilly-dally a little bit before they come back to find their clothing.
Marcella.
On one hand, we watched our... Yes. Or no, sorry.
Marcella, they're mages. They have magic. They can do whatever they want. They can track us if they want to.
They're not... It's not like... That's not how magic works. It's not magic.
I'm okay. So on one hand, we're okay as long as we don't tell anyone. We should be fine. On the other hand, I mean, you can feel the energy. All the other wolves in town naturally distrust us. They'll point to us right away.
Okay, we have to go back and we have to find that man again. What was his name?
I don't remember his name. What he told us his name was.
Did we get his name?
We'll say you don't remember. I can't remember if I actually
I think
told
you gave
you
him a
or
name.
not.
Yeah. We'll just talk about the woodsman.
The woodsman. Well, we can go back and find him, and then maybe he can find us somewhere else to go.
Well, what if we put the symbol, like we find somewhere to go, we put the symbol everywhere, we're fine, we come back, there's nothing more happens, it was a fluke. If we don't, because he said the symbol would stop that kind of thing from happening, right?
No, he said the aggression in town would slow. He didn't say we wouldn't turn into wolves that are hungry. And the
I
problem
mean,
is,
we've never done anything like that before.
but who says we won't again?
Okay.
I don't know.
I think we have to be cool and not make light of it and be very nonchalant about it, and then tonight, when everyone goes out, we can go a different direction.
Okay, we should go the different direction of what happened earlier.
Yes.
I mean, like, we know to go a different direction, but do we know to go a different direction?
You mean like other us?
Yeah, we.
Okay,
We know, but we don't know.
what if we go a different direction and then set up the sigils, and then when we turn,
Maybe it'll help.
yeah.
I mean, okay, but are we gonna have time to put these sigils up without it looking conspicuous? I'm sure they're gonna have guards out there, like
The guards
the
in the
things that
woods.
fly in the sky. They're
The
gonna
pa-
watch
the-
us.
They
Pegasus.
one thing you know is they don't have it. There's really not usually a reason to keep too big of a thing on the covenant itself. The covenant is, I mean, it's relatively small when you're talking about how many people are there. Lots of workers, lots of other stuff. Like guards aren't really a thing that they have to worry about. The soldiers are mostly for the road.
Okay.
And generally, nobody. If people have a dispute, there's other people in town they'll take stuff to. What they generally don't want to do is bring any of it to the notice of the mages, because those three are assholes. They're terrible.
Yeah,
And except for Lady
they
Penn.
are.
Lady Penn has never done anything wrong.
I think he meant Zaldan, Salim, and Lear.
Oh, the other three. Those three.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those
those
three
three.
are assholes.
You've never done anything wrong, and that's why I love you. I need to watch Arrested Development again.
That's Parks and Rec.
So,
Oh, that's right. It was Parks and Rec.
all right.
But it was
So
Henry
I guess-
Winkler, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I was thinking.
Okay, so we just act nonchalant. We go out tonight. We carve a couple of symbols in the trees and hope it works.
All we can do.
Well, he had mentioned not putting it in but he mentioned putting it in the like around the covenant where people live to help reduce sort of the level of aggression that has been building up a lot more in the last, like, as people get close to the full moon. There's a little bit that happens, but it's always been there. A little bit of like the hackles getting up, but not like it has been the last few months.
So, all right. So
Yeah, but I
we-
think we're throwing shit at the wall, Michael. We're just also gonna put
Yeah.
them up wherever we turn.
Oh yeah,
Just be like,
Yeah.
Just it's been a couple of weeks. Just reminder what we said. Put them up in the woods and stuff too.
So okay. So we just act nonchalant today, and then when we to the rest of the day, then we go out.
Yes.
Sure, what could go wrong?
You gotta have faith. Okay. This is gonna be fine.
We've all heard of what they let happen to Gaston when he went feral.
We're not feral.
They won't know that.
We're not. Well, Gaston was a wolf in human form. We're two separate things. We're not feral.
Okay.
Just wrong place, wrong time. Those people just happened to be at the wrong place, and we were the wrong time.
I mean, literally, any wolf can do that. Any wolf, like it or not.
All right.
Yeah, let's stick some sigils up in secret places around the village, and maybe it'll help. And then we go off on our own at some point, and we put sigils in the woods, and then maybe that'll help.
Who wants to lead the charge as far as finding places to put them up without being seen?
Let me see what Marcella can do.
It's not going to be terribly difficult because it's like one thing we had in there is the place is huge. It's labyrinthine. Like finding your way through there's lots of places to go where people often aren't. So it's gonna be a fairly easy roll, but if someone has some stealth, they'll be a little better at it.
I have 3 stealth.
I have no stealth.
None.
Well, the jumpy like brawler that you all know is going to be like, okay, everyone, here's how you make yourself unseen.
And you were an actual soldier, right? At one point.
I don't know what her background is exactly.
I wrote down last time Marcella bartender, Ralph tough guy, Reyna fighter.
She's a fighter, but I think she was more like a kind of like a pit fighter almost.
Okay.
Rather than like a soldier.
You probably
but not in a cool way, in like a sad basement-y kind of way.
There's probably times you've snuck out around and like not being seen by the people who are paying for you.
Okay. Well, let's see how we do first, because there's always the dice. Stress die, obviously.
Shit.
12!
Yeah, so as you go through, and that should have been the 3 plus details. Oh yeah, you got dexterity of 0, which is fine. Yeah, as you head through, sneaking through, because 12 would be considered hard. Like if it was difficult to do, and it's not that difficult to do. You're able to keep them on watch a little bit as you put them up in places, and you kind of know where people don't tend to go, and people aren't necessarily going to notice. Like there's little bits of graffiti and such here and there anyway, especially in the parts that haven't been used in a while. So yeah, you kind of go through and you put up kind of a bunch of those as the sun is starting to crawl its way down the sky. About the time that Lear, Penn, and Zeldin, you return back to the Covenant.
Hey, Michael, I have a question.
Yes.
These sigils, do they give off like a magical aura, magical presence?
You have no idea. You're a bartender.
But would mages know?
You have no idea. You don't know they're being done.
Ah. Okay.
Maybe we'll discover some later. Who's to say?
Yeah.
What sigils? What sigils? I guess. So as the 3 of you come back with the retinue of guards, there's been another caravan through. It looks like they've been collecting the money. They're on their way back to Demetrius. There is the same group has made its way back and are actually getting ready to just escort the next one. They say it's a little unusual, but what they've told them was that there've been a problem or two with bandits that are being taken care of by others. They're just making sure this gets back to where it's going, and they'll be spending the night out in Demetrius.
Okay. I'm gonna go find that bartender and see if that barkeep, and see if I can get some information on why he wanted. It's weird that he was asking questions, and then today there's an incident. So.
Who was the barkeep? Was it Reyna who it was Orestos was the one that came to talk to you?
Yeah.
I did find my notes because those were my sticky notes, which I used and forgot to transfer into what I had on Boundary. But do you remember who was the one who spoke to Orestos last time about?
I think it was Marcella.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's pretty much the only bar in. I mean, because it's not a huge place. Pretty much, it's the only like kind of bar / tavern. It's a bit of an inn if people are happening to stay there, but there's also plenty of places that have been When this place was much more big and bustling, you've got a good like marble mine happening right now, but there was a time this was bigger. There are still places left over that are often used if a caravan stays the evening or something, but there are some rooms there. The only place in town, so y'all know Arestos.
All right, yeah. Zalden's gonna head that way. He's like, if either of the two of you want to come, you're welcome to, but they tend to be skittish with you around.
Yes, I know. I'm aware.
You go and talk.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna enter
Yeah.
the bar and just I'll I'll see him and I'm gonna head over and just be like, well,
It's a little akin when you walk into like when the stranger in town in a western walks in, they all know who you are. But this is also if being a teacher, if one of the admin walks into the teachers lounge, just it changes. Even if they're just there to drop something off, and even we're cool with them, there's just a change.
yeah.
So as you make your way in, there's just like there was people talking and laughing, and as you kind of come in, you see that settle down. Um, Something you've seen happen more directly and often amongst the other mages, but not quite as often with yourself. But again, you probably don't walk into the bar terribly often, is my
Ne-
guess.
never.
Oh, this is the first time? Yeah, so you haven't
Like
had this experience here so much.
I think he's been there like once or twice just for a reason, but he doesn't come here.
Mhm.
So he's gonna walk in, go up right up to Arestos, and just be like, "Hello, Arestos. We need to talk.
Oh. And the
Prefer
moment you say we need to talk, he just kind of goes ramrod straight. You see his eyes go kind of wide. He goes, Have I offended you, Magus?
no, you're not in any trouble. I just need some information, considering the request you made to us last night."
Oh, yes. He goes and just he wipes off the sweat that had appeared on his brow, takes like a cloth and just yes, I an idea, a possibility, as I told you last night. I was unsure, but I've been asked to bring it up as a possibility.
Well, the reason I'm asking about it now is last night there was, I'm sure you've heard by now, word travels fast here. There was an incident on the road with a caravan. And I find it interesting that the night someone says there's some aggression and there might need to be some way to relieve that, an incident like this occurs, and we're just trying to get a little more information on that.
To be fair, sir, the aggression in general, there's always a little bit before the full moon, but the last few months it had been worse. And as I recall, he had mentioned the fact that they had, I think someone had said, "Why haven't you told us about this?" And they're just like, it just seemed like maybe an off month and then maybe another one. They hadn't quite like realized, oh, it's been getting a little worse.
Okay.
Because he goes, the Covenant Born are creatures of the moon. And every time before, just the last few months, it's been a little worse. I don't know what that might have to do with anything. But it was a suggestion brought up by one of my bartenders. Because was it Maricela who brought it up again?
Yeah.
Too? And she's had to deal with, well, there was nearly a fight last night, and this is not the first time. Last full moon there was one.
Are there fights often among the.
No, not often. It just again before the full moon things get a little more heated. There's normally some talking. We stop it before, but there was a group of the Covenant Born last month got into a fight. Everyone came in to separate them. The next day they were apologizing to each other. Everything seemed to have been fine. This was the last full moon of the last phase.
Interesting. Okay. I would much like to speak to this bartender of yours.
Remind me how tall you are.
Zalden is not that tall.
Oh, you're not one of the giants.
No. No,
Okay.
Thordak and Penn are the giants. Zalden
Okay, so it's not like
I
City
think,
of Mist. You were a giant in City of Mist. You're not here.
yes.
So we'll
City
say,
of Mist, I was like, I think 6'7" or 6'8".
yeah. Ralph had headed back to kind of like get some stuff ready for going out that evening and taking a few things to mark the trees and such. Marcella and Reina, as you're walking back to your homes, you pass by the bar, and the bar right now on the nights of the actual full moon, it's there's less people there because the Covenant Born are getting ready to go, but you see one of the mages speaking with Orestes as you walk past.
Zaldin. Fuck. We don't go in there.
Just walk past. I kind of duck behind Ralph a little bit, like.
Yeah, Ralph is like he kind of is just like stiff and is walking forward.
Oh,
Okay.
oops! I accidentally was still clicked on you pen when I checked earlier. Oh, I just need to roll a d10.
I mean, whether it's
Sarah, make
counts.
a quick you don't have stealth, but
No.
you have just make a roll there. It's gonna be a little harder for him to see you, but if you just want to make a roll, we'll see what you get.
Which
What's your dexterity?
my dex is 0.
Wait, just roll a d10.
Raw
You-
D10.
If you just want to click on your dexterity, it'll
Ah.
just roll that.
Come on,
Right.
8. Damn it.
Hey.
The thing is though, because he's not necessarily looking at that moment, I'm saying you're fine there. Like if you'd have rolled like a 1 or a 2, you
Yeah.
might have been seen. But yeah, you kind of duck back behind. He doesn't really notice you because right now he's talking with the mage, so he doesn't happen to catch you as you kind of pass through his eye line.
One is the, oh god, stairs! Clank, 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 clank.
What do the two of you do?
Oh, Ralph's not with them, right?
Ralph had headed home to grab some of the stuff so they could go out and mark trees and other things before they change. And I'm assuming you're probably going like you went west was where you woke up last time. I'm assuming tonight you're probably going further east, like before
Yes.
you transform to try to be far away from that area.
Yep. I think once we feel like we're far enough, it's getting close to moon time. Raina's gonna be like, fuck it, we need time to set up sigils. So like,
Just go to the woods.
yeah.
All right. So you did. The three of you get together, get on the robes and such, and then head your ass out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And the thing is, it's not unusual for some people to leave a little bit early, just to get out there and kind of go before
Find
it
a
goes.
spot.
You're not going to be the only people. There's a larger group kind of goes shortly before the moon comes up, but again, it's not unusual for people to head out over a variety of times. Back at the bar, she's not one of the coven born. She came in with Pen, but she is also stricken with the affliction. So tonight she's joining the others out beyond the gate on the other side of the road.
Interesting. Okay. Then tomorrow when she returns, because this is the last night of the full moon.
This is the second night of the full moon.
Second night. Right. Interesting. Do you happen to know where she lives? I could.
Yes.
Give me that information, and I will meet with her tomorrow morning after the full moon.
Okay. Yeah. And she goes, certainly. And we'll say, then you go back to do your stuff. All right, you go back to work on whatever you're working on. For the rest of you, as you go through and you get stuff put up onto the onto the trees, you put the sigil there to see what's going to happen. And just before you feel the change come upon you, you hear a flute. And that sounds like it's a good time for a bio break.
Yep.
All right, we will be back in about 5.
Not our fault. Who the fuck took that float? Save it for the campaign. Save it for being live.
And now we are back.
Back we are.
All right. For the mages that evening, is there anything in particular that you're having done because of what happened last night?
Hmm.
So does Zaldin come back to us and basically tell us that we need
Yeah,
to
was
talk to
it?
this bartender?
Yeah, Zaldin. Yeah. Well, let's have Zaldin come back and let you all know what happened.
All right. So so I talked to Steve has forgot the name. Aristos.
Arrestos.
I talked to Aristos at the bar. Apparently, last night before the full moon, there was a scuffle that they had to break up, and apparently the lycanthropes have been getting aggressive before the moon more than usual. And the people that suggested the fight club were not coven lycanthropes. They were Penn's lycanthropes.
Lear just looks at Penn.
I may not understand tone, but I understand that tone.
My guess is there's probably more than just these three that are like you get different underlings. I'm guessing there's actually more than again just the three of them.
Oh, I agree.
There are many other lycanthropes that are from outside the coven, including Mad Hunter's family.
Zaldin, did the bartender give you a name?
Yes, Marcella.
Marcella.
Yes, her name is Marcella, and she is one of his bartenders there, barkeeps, barmaids, and I was going to speak with her today, but it's obviously late in the day. I do have an address that I'm going to go speak with her in the morning. Penn, you should probably come since you probably know her, or have met her at least.
Of course. Who
So-
even brought her here?
Just so I'm clear, she wanted to start a fight club.
Yes.
You say that like one of us has not brought up the idea of a fight club before, and maybe not
That was you.
specifically.
That was you.
Well, now you know where she gets it.
I think the thing that is making me think, someone comes to us and says there's aggression, and a fight club might alleviate that aggression. There's an incident with a caravan, and the person that suggested initially the fight club was a non-coven lycanthrope. We might need to look into it a little bit. I'm not saying she did it. I'm just saying there's pieces.
And I'm saying not but 2 days ago there was a man here who could control wolves.
That was. Yes, I understand, but
That was a while ago, but yes.
That was in autumn. That was in autumn 22. That was a little over a year ago.
Feels like yesterday.
That
Wait,
was
what?
a year ago, Penn. But
What have I been doing for a year?
we did a lot of traveling this last year.
You had all the traveling where you all got to different stuff. You have the one where all of the water was.
Oh, you know, I
And
know.
the fairy
Penn is
festival.
like,
Yeah.
Penn has been hitting the pan a little bit, and she's like, "What?" She's just a little drunk and a little stoned. And she's like,
just
"What
a little
have I
guy.
been doing
She's
for
just
a
a little
year?"
guy.
So
She's just a little guy.
yeah, what do you think, Lear?
I don't like the sound of this. It all seems not right. There's too many coincidences, and I don't believe, at least I'd like to not believe, that a random person who can control werewolves would exist twice and target us each time. Because the last time it wasn't just a random person targeting this village. No, he was after you, Penn. So be so honest with me. Have you got a vendetta on you from another person that control werewolves? Because if you do, that's fine. I just need to know.
Yes, that
I
would
mean,
be information.
almost certainly.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
But do you know any specific? Like, you knew this guy's name, everything. Do you know another one specifically?
Michael, can I roll to see if I know another person?
Another what?
Another person who specifically can control wolves via some power and has a vendetta against me specifically.
No, because that's a fairly rare. Like to be able to control wolves like that is a rare
If
thing.
I had a nickel for every time I met somebody who could control werewolves and had a vendetta against me and target
Oh
the
wait,
village, I'd have 2 nickels.
you mean Dave? Dave? Yeah, I forgot about Dave. Yeah, no, that's
It's weird that it
not a
happened
thing that comes around
twice.
very often.
All right.
Of all the things that only happen once, this is one of them.
I don't like the aggression, and I don't think the aggression is necessarily on the heads of these specific people, but
The thing is, do we hold the... We know there were 3 wolves.
Mhm.
We know they're lichens, obviously. Do we hold them fully accountable? Because they're wolves. They do wolf things. They don't have recollection of it afterwards.
Is there something that, look, I am not the animal person here. Is there something that you two can do to help control their wolf forms? To put some kind of guard on them when they're in wolf form?
I
have a spell that works in the moment that I could stretch into a daily spell that would make it harder for them to attack people.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
It would take we would be kind of on the hook for the 3rd day. I would probably need to. It would be a band-aid on a very, or sorry, we don't have band-aids. It would be a leaf on a
Bandage.
very open wound.
Bandage.
No, it would be a leaf on a very open wound. Like just
Well,
a single.
I can calm an animal if it's attacking me in the moment, and I can do it as long as I concentrate on it, but I don't have the ability to extend that indefinitely. Ultimately, the question is, if we find out that they're a problem, do we start locking people up on the night of the full moon? Like, I feel like that will cause more problems. Do
Potentially.
we just simply eliminate an issue like we did the last time there was an issue?
What I said to start.
I don't love that. I think we should just give it like, I don't know, give it one time locked up. It doesn't even have to be in the coven if that's such an issue.
But regardless, we need more information before we make a complete decision. Let's let the guards do their thing, come back to us with any information, and hopefully there's not another attack tonight. I think we should put out a couple more of the Pegasus riders to patrol the road tonight just to be safe.
Fair enough.
Yes.
As much as I don't want to put many of them out there because people don't know we have them.
Would you and Cassie be willing to go out there and be patrol?
No.
That's fair.
He gets this look of like indignation. He's like, no.
Lear the fuck.
2 tigers versus a cacophony of wolves is no match. They'd kill us.
3 wolves, and you and Cassie are very powerful.
Yes,
Well, there's almost over 75 out there, and they could gang up.
Well, we're looking for specifically 3 wolves, right?
but
Ooh.
the other wolves are out there, and if there's a 2 tigers, they're going to see it as a meal and a threat
would
to their
win?
territory.
Who would win? 2 tigers versus 50 wolves, but one of the tigers has the intelligence of a human man.
The wolves. The wolves would win.
The other
We
one has the
know
power
this.
of a small factory.
I think we should pose this question to the rest of the village. Get a real debate going.
Anyway, I think we sleep on it. We let the patrol do their thing. Increase the patrol a little bit in the sky, not on the ground where they can get killed. Also, maybe we just need to shut down the road at nighttime. go out a little bit farther in both directions from where the attack occurred and shut them down if another attack occurs.
No, I think it might be good if we just if we discourage people. It would be a little obvious, but discourage people from traveling on the full moon. Hell, if anything, why haven't we done that already?
That's a good point.
Because it's never been an issue before.
Well, it's an issue now.
Yeah. So now that it's an issue, we should think about that. But anyway, let's retire for the night and think about it in the morning.
Michael, important question as
Yes.
Penn hurriedly walks out of the room in a very normal fashion. Do I have a wolf skin / could I acquire a wolf skin quickly?
I'm sure, considering the upraising you had, there was a wolf skin somewhere that you have.
Yeah, my backup coat. Michael,
Mm-hmm.
it's past sundown, right? Or like
It's
spell,
been-
if I cast a spell, it's not going to end in 15 minutes.
You just want to wait till because it lasts for sun.
I'm just going to start going off into less for sun.
Yeah. So basically, just wait until the sun goes down, and then cast it.
Okay, I wait till the sun goes down, but I walk out into the woods and I cast Shape of the Woodland Prowler.
Right. Make your roll.
Shape of the Woodland Prowler.
Okay, that's
Jesus.
a 34.
All right.
Exploding stress.
Lord.
What did you roll?
Good Lord.
Stress die. Corpus. The funny thing is, you only roll the 3. Why is it every time you all explode, you only roll like a 3? But of course, you've got like 12 and 9 in your. Yeah, your Muto is 9, Corpus is 12. Loud voice, exaggerated. Yeah, you go out there. So, what is it that you are doing?
So, Shape of the Woodland Prowler turns me into a wolf
Yep.
until sunrise. I'm assuming the other wolves will not take issue with me.
Nope.
Michael, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a wolf stat block. Can I use
No, it's fine.
Hunter's hunting ability?
Yeah, does it give you the stat block of wolves?
I couldn't. I was like looking around on the internet. I was
I
looking
believe
through
we
here, and I
have
just
them in the
couldn't see it.
grogs.
Wait.
Oh, they're in the grogs. Okay. hold
Yeah.
on.
Grogs, animals.
What was the? Corpus.
Ooh, hunt. Track by smell is a 4 for a wolf.
Yeah. Okay, I'm also gonna presume that. Is there anything that I have that I would potentially that could have the smell of one of my little rebel rousers?
We'll say you would have been able to go into their home and grab some stuff. Oh, Shape of the Woodland Prowler. May place a wolf skin over you. Another orc tries to charge a wolf. Target may change back at will, ending the spell. Before casting this, you may so you'll be able if you want to do that roll, you can. You will. It's the shape of the wolf, but not the mind of the wolf. So yeah, you are still yourself, but your senses are going to be better.
Hell yeah! I figured it was something like that. God, I'm so good at running now. I am going to track by smell to try to find my little guys.
So basically, if you just want to use your own stats, but give yourself what was that 4 you said is their track?
Yeah, I just need to be able to track by smell, which
Give yourself a +5. We'll also go with senses. So if you just want to roll on your character, which one does that normally go with? Hunt normally go with presence, perception.
I have a 3, so I'm just going to add 2, which will make it a 5.
No. Add 5.
Oh,
Because it gives you the hunt because you smell a lot better and the senses. You got a 3 for your perception. All right.
Jesus.
well,
That's a low roll for a +8.
yes, it is.
All right. As you're heading through the forest, you get up. Did you sneeze?
Yes. Did I manage to cut it off at all?
No, but I just saw this because it's either you sneezed or you farted, but you're wearing like a single thing. You just want to be like,
Yeah, I love farting and just being like, soak it all in.
that was me. I made that. Yeah. So as you're out there, you as you're going through, you catch the scent, and you start making your way, and then you hear a flute playing.
I'm gonna head towards that flute playing.
Here, let me real quick bring up that because I've actually got somewhere here. I have a list of stat blocks for animals. Because I think it's one of those things they actually put into one of the books, I think the one on Bjornir, and then at one point they're like, oh shit, that's actually an important thing for people to have. So they put out a mundane beasts.
Ooh. I mean, I
So
have the wolf ready to go.
yeah,
Do
here
you
we
need
go.
anything other than the wolf?
So just with the wolf, so you hear like the thing of a flute. Is that one? Are you? What do you do when you hear that?
I mean, I remember that guy. He also had a flute, did he not?
No,
No,
you've
he
never
didn't.
you've never met this guy. The
The
character
old
is
guy?
Penn has never met him.
I haven't met that guy, but the last guy also had some kind of like ability to summon people, and didn't he? I thought he had a horn, or he just yelled.
He just Vaso just
He
howled.
howled. He howled.
yeah. He howled to bring in the wolves.
All right, well, I don't love the flute, so I'm going to follow the flutes. Yeah,
If you want to do,
it's
are you trying to
weird.
are you trying to be like unseen?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be stealthy. I'm going to stop sprinting and walk quietly.
All right, so go ahead and make a roll for stealth. You use your stealth, but add 2.
Watch!
Ooh.
It's still a 5 for you.
Yes.
So as you're going, you hear of this someone sort of playing on the flute, um, and as you end up kind of as further, you smell water, and you smell some of the smells really good actually. There's also some other wolves nearby. You catch who's the person whose scent you would have went and gotten? Was it been Maricellus?
Ralph, how handsome are you?
Moderately?
Did she go and
I
like
think
grab
he's
your
just, like,
underwear or
average.
something?
Well, I just mean like,
I don't think Ralph is like people are looking at him and go, damn. I think
I'll
he's
say-
just like,
which one of you
he's
thinks
alright.
lives closest to the edge of town? Then that's how we're going to quantify this.
Ralph, the mage went into your place and was sniffing your seats. It's
I'm gonna
felt
say
weird.
Ralph
I'm gonna be
probably lives
honest.
closest to the edge of town.
All right, Ralph. Then I'm going for Ralph.
Okay. Yeah, you smell Ralph transformed and different, but underneath it there is Ralph, and there's also a couple others that are there. As you make your way through, and like the flute is sort of going, um, as you're seeing through the trees, you see sitting on kind of a stone that's next to a pond. There's a man who's sort of playing the flute and sort of stops a moment. There's 3 wolves sort of laying at his feet that are just sort of like looking up at him as he's playing, and he just sort of stops and kind of looks through and goes,
See?
Bless you.
"Thank you." An uninvited friend. Come closer, friend.
I'm gonna get a little bit closer, but I'm still gonna keep like 2 or 3.
Are you the
I'm gonna-
poet? Are you like you're at least sort of visible in the moonlight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit closer and kind of sniff the air,
Yeah.
but like not get too close.
And the wolves kind of look your way. He takes his flute and he places it like there's a place in the boot essentially for the flute to go. Wearing kind of like I said, a nice finery, a little bit like somewhat of armored. Puts one leg sort of over the other, kind of cocks his head and goes, "You're not a wolf." Well, I mean, it kind of points down these trees. I mean, they're not wolves, but you are not like them. Join me, mage. Something to eat? Pulls out the bag and pulls out like a little thing of wine. Sort of sets it down, and then grabs some sausages. And it's in there, puts like a little like a cloth down, sets them on there. Just
I guess like still looking like a wolf in kind of like a weird fucked up like video game mod kind of way. I'm gonna like sit next to him on the rocks.
As you sort of walk over, he just laughs and goes, "I'm not one of the queens of golden glass, but I am traveling through the area."
Do you have any idea? I guess if I realize he's Fey, I'll drop the. Can I drop the disguise but still be good at smelling?
No. You
No.
just say,
Okay, then I'm gonna say a fucked up wolf. This
okay.
lasts till sunrise. Damn it! I want to be fast at
Well,
running.
because also,
so bad.
if you take off the thing, because I don't think it changes your clothing. If you take off the thing, you're going to be naked. Yeah, just
All
sort
right.
of,
Well then.
just sort of like one leg over, and just sort of looks and goes, "Say that way if you like." I'm going to be honest. My friendship with the Fae rather in this area has not always been the best. But I was traveling through, discovered a few, maybe of your friends, in some trouble.
Hey. Do you know what might have caused this trouble?
I'm sorry, it's very hard to hear you when you're speaking like a wolf.
Oh.
You're-
Fine, I'll drop it.
And he kind of goes, takes his cloak,
Yeah.
and would you like something to wear?
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Smiles and puts his cloak back on and goes, "Have a seat. Sausages? Wine?"
Well, my parents said to never take anything from strangers. Is it a gift freely given?
A gift freely given. It connects me to you not at all. There is no fake trickery here. There is no keeping you in this area. I'm not even in my home turf.
I'll take some of the sausages, but I'm not touching the wine.
Okay.
Do you know what happened to those people you found in trouble?
I don't know what happens. They told me about their problems. They told me that things are getting a little bit worse recently at your home.
I don't know. I've never seen them get this aggressive.
There used to be demons in this area. There used to be a problem around here. There are certain curses that are ancient and laid down here, which I know mages have a way of keeping magic out. But this may not have been quite enough. Pulls out like a thing of paper and just sort of starts to draw something on it.
Is there any literature that I can find in the library to back this one up?
I don't know how good your library is, but kind of finish up thing. He kind of hands you the sheet of paper, and there's a sigil. What's your magic? Go ahead and roll magic theory. So it'd be intelligence plus magic theory.
Magic theory's not that great, but there's an 11. Woo!
Okay. I mean that puts you pretty much at right below hard. What you're looking at is actually it is a sigil that regulates emotions. It is something that there's a bit of old fae stuff in there. There's a bit of old magic stuff in there. This is the kind of thing that if there were enough of it, might actually do something to kind of regulate if there's been sort of extra aggressiveness.
Hey.
I gave him this as a thing that could help. Very long ago, I knew some of the mages, not the last group, but the group before that. I knew those that lived there in the at the mine.
Anyone fun?
He tells you some stories about some of the mages. Sort of. The thing is while a lot of mages weren't fun, there was a Yerbitan back then who he said that the two of them would sometimes go drinking in the human city.
And he showed his whole ass?
Not just his whole ass. He did not go home alone that evening either. Well, he didn't go home that evening.
Well, I should hope was not alone.
He goes, well, I mean, there's certain things they don't necessarily need me there for.
Oh, fair enough. This has been fun. If you're ever in the area and you want to really run wild, none of this flute. More.
He goes, as he looks at the three of them, sort of sitting, he goes, they were quite concerned when I met them in the morning, and I figured Queen of Golden Glass and I have not been friends for quite some time. There were, a dalliance that, maybe was not as looked upon as fondly uh, as she would have liked by others that she had had dalliances with.
Was this a very recent dalliance?
Recent to us and recent to you are two very different things.
Mm. Recent to us?
Not recent to you.
Oh.
He just kind of looks and goes, not recent to these stones either.
Mm. Right ways then. And so that's left you in bad standing?
Not having in bad standing so much as, well, she might be happy to see me again. She realizes that our union causes no joy at the end of it. That is kind of what I do.
Hmm.
Then as he takes a thing of wine, he goes, I will say, the time with me is worth it. But it's not long. Well, I'm not with someone for long periods of time.
I know you're far older than I. And I'm not long for this world, in general, even by our standards. But I think anyone who would spend a long period of time with you would be quite lucky.
And he just sort of smiles. He goes, we may be able to spend some time.
Then I shall treasure it.
Okay, are we
Even
going?
Zeus?
Are we going? What are we going into Fade to Black territory? I'm assuming.
I think so, but I don't want the line we end on to be, have you ever done a Zeus?
Yeah, and he goes and kind of like places his cloak upon the ground and just goes, I offer you my cloak again.
I guess I will go and lie on it, because I'm not
All right.
putting that shit on.
Are you do you stay until morning and the sun goes, or do you?
Yeah. I'm watching my wolf babies.
Okay. So the important thing here, when Maricela and Ralph and Raina,
Mhm.
and right now we'll let Raina be a little silent. As the three of you come to, you are like you're in front of there's like a pool of water, the stones and a small cliff face. There's a tiny waterfall coming through it. And you also see the man that you had met last night naked, the same way you had met him yesterday. However, Penn is also naked with that person, and they're sort of lying on his cloak. At this point, do you think the two of you would have fallen asleep, or are you the two to stay up talking until the long early hours?
Stay up talking, especially because that's more unsettling.
Yep. So as you walk up, you see the man again, the man you met yesterday who started off naked because he was in the pond. Um, they're sort of cuddled up with Penn and speaking kind of nose to nose as they're they're talking. The the three of you like return to yourselves.
Also, Pen has hair covering her boobs like Eve from like a very tasteful Adam and
Yeah.
Eve poster in a Sunday school.
Like we're not at a rated R film at this point. It's like this is a TV movie where it's like okay, it's we're not showing anything, but
We've got some great branches that are perspective wise placed great.
I think Ralph is just gonna look at Marcella and then at Raina and then back to Marcella and be like, we just leave now, right? Like, that's what we like.
Ralph,
Uh,
Marcelo, Reina, you're all up.
Hi.
Hi, hi, Mr. Penn.
Hey.
Once again, Ralph, I've told you can call me Pen.
I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I will.
I'll be happy either way.
What brings you out to the middle of the woods? Other
Well,
than the obvious.
I had wanted to check on you guys because, as you know, there was a bit of an incident last night.
Oh?
All of you are naked at this point. As the man who's there like kind of pours some wine, kind of pulls a few cups out of his thing and sort of like pours some, one for himself, and just sort of like looks at all of you as if you want some wine.
Oh, no thank you, dear. Lear says I'm not allowed to drink in the morning anymore.
Ralph is just gonna like hold out his hand and be like, yes, please.
He actually just hands you the carafe of wine.
Ralph's gonna just take a big swig and then hand it back. Be like, thank you.
But I was worried about you, so I did the only normal thing to do, which was transform into a wolf and track you. The ascent.
The normal thing to. He has no words. He's speechless. He's looking at Marcel and like with this help me look.
You detract us. That's very thoughtful. Why?
So I was worried. What if something happened to you? We just had a man in town who could control wolves into doing violent acts with his voice.
That was a year and a half ago.
What? Feels like yesterday. People keep saying that.
But there's a lot of wolves. Why are you tracking us? I mean,
Because you're my favorite. Don't tell the others. Also, Pen is not blinking, but Nessa's also not blinking, and I need to blink for a second. So hold on a second.
We're the favorites. Favorites.
That's why I brought you here.
Very sweet. Thank you.
All these other people were born here, but you were handpicked by me.
There's a lot of us that you brought that are lycanthropes.
Yes. Well, I tried to keep track on all of them, but you guys specifically I was worried about.
Okay.
And I ran into your friend here. He explained the situation about the fact that we should probably be putting this sigil up around the place. And I guess we never really exchanged names. What if I just call you the Woods Gentleman? I'm always never really sure about what the Fae are like when it comes to names. I guess sometimes you can be a bit touchy.
Call me Kuloreth.
Kuloreth?
Kuloreth.
Kuloreth. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if that will stick.
I typed it into the Foundry chat.
Oh no, Pen thinks it's Pen.
Yeah, no, but that could still keep. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting
Yeah.
you know that in case you were unsure.
Okay.
And then we had a fun night talking.
Kuloreth just kind of smiles and goes, talking. And I'm not going to say the thing that lips were moving.
What? Are we are in trouble?
Oh. We still haven't figured out what happened the other night with those people, but you know, we have this now, so hopefully whatever happened won't happen again.
If it helps.
Yeah,
If
it'll
it
help. I'll talk to
if
the other Magi about it, and then
Pen, if it helps,
Mm.
these are not like the others. The others are. I'm sure you're aware that the vast majority of lycanthropes in the world are cursed
Mhm.
with an infernal curse. These, and he kind of looks at the three of you and goes, "No offense, these are infernally cursed. They're tainted with the infernal. That is not true of the Covenant born here. They are creatures of the
Huh.
Fae. Like a good portion of, the gods that are here are Fae. I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to meet one, but you'll find they're not creatures of magic. They are tied deeply into the fairy.
Oh. I've only met Aphrodite and Hermes.
You, he just kind of looks at you and says, "You met Aphrodite and Hermes."
Yes. Oh, that's what I was doing last year. Forgot about the Aphrodite thing. And the Hermes. Oh my god, the Hermes thing.
You met two gods and you forgot?
Shit happens.
I mean, to be fair, Aphrodite's daughter was much more memorable. No offense to her. Your daughter's just very lovely. You never know when they're listening.
You sure? I'm going to destroy everything. Don't you know what happens when people say that it was better?
Do you want a Trojan horse? Because that's how you get a Trojan horse.
Oh look,
Ra-
there's an apple here that says Eris. I can't
Trojan
imagine this will go
swan.
poorly.
Ralph is just gonna say under his breath to Marcella, "This is way above our pay grade."
Oh shit.
Your favorite mage is the one you should be the most worried about.
So we
Are we allowed to go back home?
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
I think Marcella's gonna grab Ralph's hand and Raina's hand, like, okay, we're gonna head back home. Not even bothering the robes, just like, bye.
yep.
And I like how you guys never got an answer for why I was naked, even though I did happen to be naked to finish the spell.
we could connect the dots.
Oh.
Well, I don't think we connected it about the spell, but the fact you're laying there with a fae, we got it.
I mean,
Cool,
I
we-
started naked.
I think once we're sufficiently a ways away, Ralph is gonna like unclench like everything and just be like,
And to be fair, everyone could see him clenching.
he's just like, "What the fuck happened?"
Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to know. Seems like we're good though.
We're Penn's favorites? What?
I guess, but
You didn't know that?
she might forget tomorrow. She doesn't remember being gods last year, and she thinks the thing with that one dude happened like yesterday. I think she's crazy. Like not even like exaggeration. I think she's out of
How much time did you spend with Miss Penn?
more than we wanted.
That's why
to.
I like her.
Oh, Raina.
I think Marcella and I joined up with the group, like she picked us up at the same time. So like it's not been as long as you. You've been with her forever.
No, I was around the same time. Remember, I used to get in fights in that bar.
Yeah. I think we all came about at the same time. We're all from the same village, right?
Okay, yeah. Well,
Eh.
I think she's nuts. I don't like that we're her favorites.
She doesn't seem dangerous though.
I mean,
To herself, yes. To other people, probably not. I'd be more scared if this was Zeldin or Lear, to be honest.
Yeah, but they kind of like don't track people into the woods.
They could.
They could. But look, let's not worry about it. That's future us's problem. Let's go back and just the sigils are up, and apparently Penn knows about the sigils too, and she's gonna put them up as well, and it's gonna be good, right? Like we had a calm night. We didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
All we did was apparently watch our boss make love in the woods as wolves.
Okay, don't bring that up, please.
Yeah, we don't need to know that.
Okay, I don't want to think about it. But like we're fine, yeah? We're okay.
So, about a week we go dig up that chest of silver?
A week.
Okay. All right. All right.
So worst case scenario, if we lose it forever, we could ask Miss Penn to smell it.
We're not gonna bring this up to Miss Penn ever.
Okay.
I hope the two of you realize that like we have to stick together, right? Like we're kind of stuck together now.
Well, yeah. Wasn't that the case in the beginning? Like that was
we already.
We all shared in a murder together. Like that's gonna have stick us together no matter what.
I don't think of it as a murder.
It was more a massacre, but
What difference does that make? Let's just go back to the covenant. I have to go to work. Okay? We're gonna be fine. The moon is over. We have another month.
we have one more night and we'll be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
3
All right.
nights.
All right. We'll go back. We'll get a couple drinks. We'll be fine. We'll never talk of this day ever again.
Nope.
All right. When Penn returns, is it that morning, that afternoon, that evening? I don't know how long you're staying out.
Penn is gonna say her goodbyes to Cuckoo as people start going in, and just kind of like stride up naked to town. Because I mean I have my wolf pelt covering me, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
He offers you his cloak if you want to use it.
No, I'm okay. It's a power thing.
Okay. So yeah, the thing is,
It's
other
just
people.
a reminder to them that It's a reminder to them that I could be naked at all times, and I simply am forced not to by the other mages, and sometimes choose not to.
What's probably funny is the weird thing is, I'm thinking if you have a group of people that become wolves and have to transform back, some of them are probably not going to be able to find their cloaks and stuff they left because someone else grabbed them, or they got like a wolf happened to grab them. So it's not unusual for occasionally someone to walk naked across. But there's a thing where they're coming through and other people are coming, and the others that come and see you, there's just this like wide eyes. They're coming in like cloaks. Some of them without. They're walking and they're just sort of. And the guards are like keeping track. They come through and you see would it probably be Giselle out there? Or probably not Giselle. Like does someone want to play Demetrius? The Demetriola. Does someone want to play Demetriola when you see Penn come across with naked, come across the bridge into the Covenant?
You played Demetrio last time. Was it you, Steve?
It was you.
Oh, okay. I'll play him. Yeah. Penn's coming across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dee.
Miss Penn,
how's the new job?
Do you need clothes? What do you need clothes?
I'm okay. I have this wolf pelt and my hair.
Okay. Let's get you inside. Should I alert Miss Lear and Mr. Zalden that you are here? Do they?
I'll go to their rooms. I'm going to call a meeting.
Right.
While you do that,
I will send some footmen to catch them, and where do you want to be meeting at? The main room?
The normal room. I'm going to go to my room first.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Do you want to cut to the three of you getting like Penn getting the other two together?
Yeah.
Right.
Pen does ignore you and just starts walking through town until she gets to her rooms.
I
Okay.
imagine one of the guards is just looking at Demetrios like, that's not normal, right?
It's Miss Penn, and for anyone else, I would say no, that's not normal. But I don't know.
Ah, okay.
Maybe
Maybe she's a werewolf now.
maybe she just decided to be a werewolf for the night. Who knows? Who knows? I am so tired of this place.
Demetriola's had enough. All right.
You're on what, like day 3 of your job?
Yes.
Well, to Penn, that would be day 3, but Demetriola's been at it for like a year or more.
Oh,
She
yeah.
took over after Gaston was killed. She's been at it for a while.
I forgot how long ago Gaston was killed. My god, that was forever ago.
Couple years.
Been a couple years, yeah.
Oh, I mean, technically not right after, because we had to find a replacement, and also that old man held on for a little bit.
Yeah, he held on for a couple seasons before he died, but he did die.
That one was funny, watching him being like, huh? Getting better? Getting better? Worse. Dead. Just like real life, where you're like, yeah, that seems about right for an old man mauled by wolves. That he would like maybe be okay for a little bit, but very sickly, and then all of a sudden his body would
Just to
like,
double,
"Nah,
have
done."
have the 3 of you played 8 different characters tonight?
I've played at least. Yeah, I played 3.
Oh boy. I've only played 2, I think.
I played Zaldan and Ralph, and then I played that guard that just for 2 seconds.
So
Yeah,
it's been 8
I thought there was
characters.
someone else. You played Giselle for a minute, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
played Giselle for a set.
So
for
you
like a hot
the
second.
3 of you have played 9 different characters tonight.
We are good at Ars Magica, people.
That doesn't happen in many games.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
This is great. This is fantastic.
All right, meeting of the mages.
Yeah.
I think Zaldan runs into Lear in the hallway. And it's just like, I heard that Penn came in this morning and called a meeting.
Came into where?
The bridge. I was told Penn came in from the woods.
I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
So she didn't discuss it with you either.
No. When did she discuss anything with me? Ever. Ever.
All right, good. Let's go to the meeting.
Is she still naked or is she dressed?
No, I went to town to get dressed. I think I'm wearing a giant wolf fur coat rather than my usual feather coat, though.
So, Penn, you left last night?
Yes. I was worried about my additions to the Covenant.
After we said we weren't doing that?
I know, but I figured what's the harm in me being a wolf in the woods? If they were going crazy, then I could come back and say they're going crazy.
I mean, I can't argue with that logic,
Oh, I can.
but we
You
tend to.
previously asked Zaldan to go into the woods as a tiger. What's wrong with me going into the woods as a wolf?
Zaldan's a tiger. Zaldan's a tiger. And you are
And I'm
acting like a wolf, pretending to be a wolf. Actual tiger, pretending to be a wolf.
yeah, but the other wolves don't know that.
It also may help to remember right now, Penn, as a Bjornir, you are used to being both human and animal in a way other mages aren't. Bjornir are actually sort of indistinguishable whether they're animal or human.
I think that's why Zaldan said that makes sense. But Lear's opposition would be right on point. And Zaldan's like, no, you don't. It's a Bjornir thing. It makes sense. I have to give that to Penn this time. It makes sense.
Okay, so you went out to make sure they were okay, and then what happened?
I heard someone playing the flute.
Mm-hmm. As one does, yes.
And then I followed the noise because that seemed odd.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Then there was a very handsome Michael. How'd you describe him?
He stops from being a dandy in the fact that he also looks kind of badass, like well put together, handsome, but could kick some ass.
Okay, so leathers. He wasn't like wearing like a cloak made out of leaves or anything. Like
No, it was
too
it was
obvious.
like he had some stuff that could have gone into battle with, but he wasn't like fully armored or anything.
Very handsome man playing a flute and wearing leathers, and all of these wolves were asleep around him. And I was like, that also seems not super normal. And he was able to pin out that I was not a real wolf right away, even though, Zolden, you've seen it. My wolf skin is really good.
He saw through it.
Immediately.
This was the Fae, wasn't it?
Yes, it's always some Fae nonsense. He said that
It's always Fae nonsense.
it is. We should just put
You all are pissing each other off. That's she's a Marinita.
It's either the Fae or it's the wolves. It's one or the other all the time.
It was demons twice.
It was demons twice. So isn't that kind of your whole thing? Like,
I'm half Fae, okay, and they don't exactly accept me. I know
Then
how
why'd
to
you-
be.
were you not part of House Marinitas?
Yes, because I know about Fae things. That's why I chose it. The most common sense choice. But I don't. You're not supposed to trust the Fae. Okay, what else happened? What happened?
Well, he mentioned he was an ex-lover of the Queen of Glass, or the Gold, and etc.
Golden glass. Okay. Her again.
Yes, apparently he's something of a wandering dandy. Doesn't seem to lay his seed in one pot for very long, to pardon the expression.
You're smiling. Why are you smiling? I don't like that smile.
The way you phrased that has implications.
We haven't even gotten to implications yet. So we do that whole thing. And then I catch them up on like he explains the whole that technically the wolves here are Fae, the wolves that I brought in are demons, and that there's a whole thing, but like this sigil should fix the problem.
Fix the aggression problem?
Fix the aggression problem, and I'm assuming would maybe help with the whole maybe calm down some of the demon-y aspects. Gives us something to look at, though.
Okay.
So we are
and then
going
we made
to
love.
Yep. Okay.
So the implication was there, and then she just blurts it out. Just, we made love. Okay. So you met a random man in the woods. You had intercourse with him, and he gives you a sigil to put around our coven.
Yes.
Did she
I'm just gonna look it up in the library
else?
before we start
There
random.
we go.
And just pray tell, why did he do this? For what purpose? What is his motivation?
He seems to have quite a bit of nostalgia regarding this keep. We talked a lot about the old group of people. Actually, he knew that guy. You know that one guy?
He would have known him because that was actually the most recent group. He knew the one. This guy knew the one before that.
Some nostalgia for this place. He knew the people before the last people who were here. So some historical knowledge there.
I see.
I mean, if you want to go to the woods and talk to him yourself, feel free.
I do not want to talk to any Fae if I can help it. They always
name
want something
is-
from you.
Well, I don't know what he wanted. His name is Kularoff.
Do I recognize this name, Michael?
Make a Fey roll.
Oh,
Yes,
come
they
on.
always
Or
Come on.
a fairy.
Pen, with
Oh.
all due respect,
If it
he
explodes,
got what
can
he wanted from you.
Sir, if it explodes, can he be your dad?
Hold on, let me get my abilities marker. Okay. Phalor. Okay.
Baylor sounds like a Star Wars name.
It does. All
And
right.
it's-
Stress die or simple die?
Come on.
Simple die.
Ooh, 12. Not exploding.
I mean, granted, there's tons of Fey name. I mean, it's definitely a Fey name. The way she describes it, it's one thing you know about Fey is Fey have a tendency to live out stories. It's one of the things that they do. The description sounds like kind of a Lothario story. Like this is a Fey that's kind of by his nature. Goes places, has little adventures, but then often ends up sleeping with people.
I see. Well, I don't recognize the name, but he could be any of the Fae, any Fae
Yeah.
person.
I mean, you're right. The name is definitely Fey type, but like, yeah, it's not one you know specifically.
So, Lear, do you think it is safe to put this sigil up?
Can I see the sigil and
Let's
can
have
I use
both
Phalor?
of you make a magic theory roll.
Okay, both of
Stress or simple?
Simple.
Can I do a magic theory roll?
You already did yours.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did.
You said simple.
Yep.
Can I make penetration roll?
Ooh,
14.
You also did that.
Thanks.
So yeah, Lear, when you look over it, like what it does, it looks like it kind of says the thing, like it'll help regulate emotions. What you realize, Steve, as you look over it, this will help regulate emotions for anyone. I mean, granted, is it going to affect you as mages with your Parma magic? Probably not. However, it's not just going to affect the feral necessarily. It's going to kind of put everyone else on a more even. It's kind of like giving everyone like a mood stabilizer.
Ecstasy?
Not like because they're not necessarily gonna be like, oh, they're not gonna have the highs. It's if you want to think of it as like an antidepressant or a mood stabilizer that takes you from this to there.
Everyone's
Okay.
on gabapentin.
Like yeah, is it going to help them not like be as aggressive? Yes, but it's also going to affect all of their emotions in a similar way.
So and it's gonna affect everyone, not just the lycanthropes.
Correct. But the thing is, the people it won't affect, the three of you, Daedalus. I mean, anybody who happens to have like a magic aura or something like essentially it has a penetration of 0 essentially, which means as long as you have any sort of either might, which Daedalus does because he's essentially a fairy being at this point, you all do because of your Parma magic, but it'll affect everybody else. Well, Datum, the very very old at this point. It checks how old he is now technically. He's probably close to 100.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
born in-
relay that information. It's going to affect everyone who doesn't have magical protection, and it's not going to just affect their aggression. It's going to regulate all of their moods. It's going to just make the place more regulated. You're not going to have as many swinging moods as we've had.
At first glance, this seems like it might be a good thing, but I don't like when the Fae give things when I don't know the strings attached.
I feel like the strings attached happened last night.
Yeah.
Well, if there's fate, there's probably more strings than that.
Well, if that happens, we get the bard, to sing to him, and it'll go away.
What happens when the Fae? This is not. Look, Can we not prostitute out our one bard to the Fae for a third time, please?
One of the mages took care of that.
I mean, he doesn't seem to mind.
Okay, but
I think Cuckoo would be into it.
they're female Fae, and we don't know if he's into. I'm going to guess was a male Fae.
I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. He might not be into that, and I'm not going to force that on him.
Okay.
I don't really know what was going on downstairs. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But that oh, never mind. Don't need to know. Anyway, so is there any more issues going to happen with the caravans? Like, I do think we still need to institute a blockade on the road. No one travels the road at night.
Agreed.
I know some people are
Well-
going to be pissy about it, but who cares?
At the very least, just for tomorrow night, because then once it's the day after tomorrow, then we won't have any wolf issues.
And then I do think we should. What was I saying? I do think we should keep having the Pegasus riders out more often tonight, just to watch everything.
I agree that we need to watch a little better, but at the same time, I don't want the Pegasus Riders out too much because I don't want anyone else to know we have them. It's a secret. If other covenants found out we had them, or other cities and whatnot, they would get scared. It could cause a ruckus and a brouhaha that we don't want to deal with.
As if we're not already enough ruckuses. What's one more?
I mean, I could do a patrol of the area either as a swan or just run up the roads as a wolf.
I mean, you're not wrong. We could do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I agree.
I would
for the
need to
night.
go to sleep right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, the nights of the full moon, we're going to shut the roads down from now on.
Yes.
Simple fix. If anything like this happens again, we're going to have to address the elephants in the room. But until that point, I think we're okay. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Perfect. We have a meeting tonight with Giselle. Should we push that to tomorrow since you're going to be out patrolling?
Or we could do it right now, but I need to go to sleep in like 2 hours.
Send for Giselle, and I think that's where we can cut.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think is this what you want to cut for the evening?
Yeah. I think this is good.
Yeah. So like you go over all the rest of your stuff. I have put it forward, so we are now going to be in spring 1223.
I have to do 2 updates at some point.
So yeah, we'll do this. So we want to thank y'all for watching, either live or on the VOD. If you want to go through and introduce yourself, or rather let people know where to find you.
I'm Sarah. I'm Proper Week almost everywhere. Come find me.
Steve, I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. You can find me for the next... Starting this Tuesday, every other Tuesday, we're going to be running The Crypt is Open on Grimstone Gaming's YouTube channel. Nessa is a player in that. I'm going to be running it. It's going to be a great time. You should come check it out. Also, you can find me Ronan's Den, Beards and Barbarians, a couple other places.
Hello, Nessa. As Steve said, Grimstone Gaming starting very soon. The 13th, I think. And I am also on Dead Teen House Party if you enjoy horror stuff, but mostly I'm just on TikTok if you want to see me complain about, some guy I saw on the subway.
All right. I'm Improv Jim everywhere, and we will catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.